Everyone, today I'd like to speak about Michael Lowry. He's the so-called Kingmaker in the government formation talks. He's been heading up the regional independent group in the government discussions with Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. Now Lowry today mightn't be in the best of form because the announcement was made by the Gardaí that the file has been sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions following the investigations into the findings of the Moriarty Tribunal. Now this is nearly 14 years on from when those findings found that Michael Lowry was profoundly corrupt. To an extent, it was almost breathtaking. Now it's taken over 14 years to push this towards any sort of finality. And what's very interesting is that Lowry has been pushing the agenda through the regional independent group to get into government, to form stability and work on the formation of a new government. Now they're due to meet again on the 22nd of January, and even now the soundings are that the government won't be formed by that stage because of the logistics of bringing this programme for government towards finality with the parliamentary parties of Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil for their decision on the government formation. Of course, they probably will get fully behind it. But what's happening now is very, very interesting because over the past number of days, there's been a move away from the Michael Lowry groupings because of, and that's been coming from a number of backbenchers within Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael who haven't been publicly speaking about it, but it's very interesting. And this will come on the back of what's been happening with the election of Verona Murphy before Christmas, where a lot of the people that Micheál Martin wanted to vote in Fianna Fáil did not vote for Verona Murphy. They supported John McGuinness or Sean O'Farrell. Similarly with Fine Gael, didn't follow the party leader's line of Verona Murphy. So now they're talking about stability, and I don't think this government is going to be very stable if it ever sees the light of day. Now Lowry himself has been profoundly corrupt and is convicted of tax offences in Ireland. And what's also very fascinating around this is that he was involved in the second awarding of a mobile phone licence in Ireland to Dennis O'Brien, and it was discovered through the Moriarty Tribunal that money was transferred into his accounts through O'Brien's accountant Aidan Phelan and various associates. Now he had accounts in the Channel Islands, in the Isle of Man, and various other locations. Obviously involved in property deals in England. His relationship with Ben Dunn is well known in terms of the deals he did for Ben Dunn, and of course was provided a luxurious extension to his home in Holy Cross, County Tipperary. So, as the Moriarty Tribunal found, he was profoundly corrupt to a breathtaking extent. So let's see how this DPP investigation materialises over the next period of time. My view is it'll probably take months before it does see a light of day, if it ever does see the light of day, if any charges are brought forward against Michael Lowry, because we know about the corruption that's endemic in Irish society, where politicians are never held to account. And the days of the Galway tents, the days of the shady backroom deals are well and truly still alive in Ireland, despite what they try and proclaim. And the fact that these politicians such as Micheál Martin and Simon Harris are doing deals now with Lowry explains an awful lot about them. Martin himself has said that Lowry has supported the government since 2016. Fianna Fáil themselves have supported the government and have been involved in the government since 2016 in a confidence to supply government relationship with Fine Gael from 2016 to 2020, and then formally joined at the hip in 2020. And now we can see there's barely a sliver between Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. Really, they should amalgamate and become the one party, because everybody knows essentially they are the one party. And what's also interesting is that Martin himself voted with the opposition in an all-party motion brought forward to get Michael Lowry to resign his seat a number of years ago. Hypocrisy in the extreme from Micheál Martin, but all Micheál Martin cares about is getting power, becoming the next Taoiseach. And Harris is very similar as well. Harris has said he respects the findings of the tribunals, but yet the state is taking a case, or the institutions of the state are taking a case to find if there is any case to take against Michael Lowry, which of course we all know there is, but wait and see what develops out of this. But what's also interesting as well is the formation talks and who's behind these people. I've spoken in previous videos about Phil Hogan, the Kingmaker behind, and the puppet master really behind Simon Harris, who was involved in Simon Harris's ascension to power, has been a key advisor of Simon Harris. And it's interesting, you have Phil Hogan, Michael Lowry and Micheál Martin calling the shots at the moment. It's just absolute lunacy, corruption at its finest. Really, anybody with any sort of modicum of ethics or probity should stand and steer well clear of these corrupt politicians in our society. But unfortunately, this is what we're left with at the moment, and we'll see how this develops. But as I said, other countries, they do deal with corruption at a very serious level. For instance, Sarkozy, the ex-president of France, has an electronic tag for the next year to wear because of his corruption and is barred from public office for over 3 years. It's happened in many other countries around the world where politicians have been held to account. But in Ireland, it's the same nod and wink attitude. And what generally happens is they get promoted and work on to a board or non-executive board position, directorship in a vulture fund or whatever they want to move on to. And that's the same, and on their big pension, of course. And this is why Ireland generally works. We deserve so much better in our society. We deserve proper accountability for people's actions, and in particular what's happened with Lowry, for instance, and the fact that he's becoming a kingmaker in this coalition. It's just breathtaking. It's just beyond words, really. So thanks for the support. Please share my videos also as well. I'm very grateful to people who do share my videos, and thanks so much for everybody who does kindly share them, because my YouTube channel has grown, and thanks to you for my YouTube channel growing. I'm very grateful for all your support. So please press subscribe and take care. Slán.